Welcome to my retreat, a place to relax, to get away from it all, meet amazing people and have some fun. Come on in, this is my weekend escape.
And then we ended up forming a pop band and became one of the unlikeliest pop bands of the 1980s.
Yeah. With a child with a disability, every parent's worst nightmare is thinking ahead. So when he's older and I'm not here, so we're always thinking ahead of what's going to happen.
That's going to build muscle mass, that's going to build lovely, lovely strong bones. All of the things that we need to do, especially as we age.
Look at that hair. You look incredible. Oh, wow.
Good morning and welcome to my weekend escape. This is your space to retreat, relax and have some fun. Later on, Reverend Richard Coles will be joining us and filling me in on his time playing the saxophone in his band, the Communards, and I'll be revealing to him that he will be coming face to face with birds of prey. I don't know who's going to be more nervous about that. But first off, we're joined by nutritionist Manisha Morgan. What do you think of the retreat?
It's absolutely beautiful. And as I was saying to you earlier, I used to live around here, so it's been a nice trip down memory lane today.
Oh, good. You can show me around it. So what are you making for us this morning?
So I'm going to make you a lovely, light, refreshing antioxidant mocktail.
Oh, wow.
So easy
Okay.
to make. It's going to take just a few minutes and it's a great way to start off your Sunday. So we're going to start off by including some berries.
Nice. When you say antioxidant then, what does that mean?
So it just means that it's a combination of different compounds that are really beneficial for our gut health, our overall well-being.
Okay.
And the more that we can get into our diet, the better it is for us overall.
Yeah, there's so many conversations now about gut health and I feel like we're finally understanding how it's just linked to absolutely everything, you know, mentally and physically.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a hot topic at the moment and it's not as hard as you think it is to increase your gut diversity. I think it's just about having the knowledge and what you can actually do with that to help to improve your overall well-being, your immunity, better digestion.
Yep.
So here, what we've got is we've got some basil with some berries and ginger.
Oh, it's going to have a kick?
It's going to have a little bit of a kick.
And you leave the rind on the lemon?
Yes, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mush it all up.
Okay. What was the shot that you put in then?
That is ginger cordial.
Oh, sadly wasn't vodka, okay.
Not first thing in the morning.
Not yet,
After that, it's okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to add in some soda water.
Oh, nice, okay. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have thought of it being like sparkling, okay.
And then, because it's Sunday and it's a treat, we're just going to put in a pinch of edible glitter.
Oh, wow.
And then we're going to give it a quick mix.
Oh, that's cool.
Literally, that is all it is.
Yeah. So would you make this for like a barbecue, a party, or would you have this just at the weekends as a treat in the mornings?
See, because I don't drink alcohol, for me, this is a great way to just have a light, refreshing drink that's tasty, but also beneficial for, like I said, my gut health. And it's a really nice way to entertain your guests, actually, because it's really tasty. And there's some ingredients here that you wouldn't normally put together.
Yeah. I was going to say, where do you get the inspiration for your recipes? Because I wouldn't think of putting basil in a sweet drink, but actually I'm sure it probably works quite well.
Well, the thing is, I don't really... I'm not a good cook, okay, but I love food. So I think the foods that I like and the ingredients that I like, I try to combine different things and just see how it works. And this drink actually started off with me having to use it. I had to use some basil one summer, and I thought, oh, do you know what? Let me just see what it looks like, what it tastes like in a drink with some cordial and berries. And I loved it. So then I've just kind of improved that recipe just to make it a bit more gut-friendly. There you go.
I can smell it from here. It smells gorgeous.
Lovely.
Okay, well, cheers, everybody. Oh, that's lovely. It's got really nice texture with the sort of the soda. And then there's a nice kick with the ginger as well.
And what you could do is you can get a spoon later on and just eat the fruit as well.
Yeah.
So it's a great way. So you're getting your
That's
herbs, spices, and some fruit and some fibre. Gut health, great.
I think my kids would drink that as well, actually.
It's brilliant. And actually, what you could do to make that even better is just adding maybe some berries as well. So you've got 3 different types of berries: raspberries, strawberries, and blueberries.
Lovely. So will you stick around all day? And
I would love to.
Stay at the retreat.
Yes, thank you.
We might rope you into some of the activities
Can't
if you're
wait.
feeling energetic. Well, you'll be energetic. sick after this, won't you? And I see you've got a little bit left over, so I might ask you to pour that one out for me because I have my guest of honour upstairs and she's a very busy lady, so I think she might be very thirsty.
Brilliant.
Right, I'm going to go and meet her. I'll see you later.
See you, bye.
Hi, Lisa. I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie. Lovely to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much for coming
Thank
to the
you for
retreat.
inviting
It's
me.
a pleasure. I've heard a little bit about you from family and friends, and the more I heard, I was like, she's my kind of woman. I mean, to call you motivated would be an understatement, and that motivation comes from your son, Spencer.
Yes, it does. Spencer's 26 now. He was born and we thought everything was okay, but as he went through the milestones, he never met them, and so he was in hospital a lot. Yeah, so he's now 26, and we did get a diagnosis when he was 18, and he's got UPF3B syndrome, which is a rare condition.
Right,
so he's probably like a 3-year-old developmental-wise. He needs someone with him all the time. He's very naughty and cheeky, and he's a joy to be around. And although he's very hard work, everyone loves to work with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a difficult time you've had as a mum. You know, a lot of the times in hospital, it's not the usual journey.
No, it's not.
Of a child.
It's very difficult being in hospital. I mean, he's had a lot of time in hospital, but he absolutely loves being in hospital, and he loves all the equipment. So he is excited when he's in hospital. Even when he's poorly, he's really happy. And I'm like, he is really poorly, but he loves all the equipment. He loves blood tests and things like that. So he's like very good in hospital, even though he has had a lot of times in there.
It sounds like you've devoted yourself to not just being his mum, but to being the driving force to making sure he's happy and content.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, with a child with a disability, every parent's worst nightmare is thinking ahead. So when he's older and I'm not here, so we're always thinking ahead of what's going to happen. So that's why I wanted him in a residential setting, a lovely setting, which he is in. He's moved to home from home care in Lincoln.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely loving life there. He's been there 5 years now.
That's great. It didn't just spur you on to take care of his needs, though, did it? You also went further than that.
I did. I opened my own salon. We're celebrating 17 years in business in this March.
Oh, wow.
Actually,
okay.
yeah.
So you're a businesswoman as well as a mum.
Yeah. We've had 3 salons at one point. Actually, at the moment, we've got 2 salons, LH Hair Design and Spencer's.
Oh,
when
I like that,
opened Spencer's, we thought hard and thought, I'm going to name it after Spencer. So it's always been Spencer's Hair Salon. And he loves to come, even though he's a bit of a nightmare having his hair cut, but he's a challenge. I like sending to the barbers. Yeah, so he loves coming to the salon. And when I opened it, I wanted it to be a safe space for people with disabilities to come.
That opens up doors for so many people that might not have been able to seek employment.
Massively. I mean, I've got a young girl that's just started with me before Christmas, and she's so quiet.
Yeah.
And she's improved so much with her confidence and learning skills. For a small task like making a cup of coffee for someone is really difficult, or even approaching someone in a working environment. And we don't want them isolated. We want them part of our community.
It's such a practical solution, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you're a business owner, it's something you might not think of, but you can do that. I mean, you actually even took it a step further than that because you've got your own academy, is that right?
We're looking to set that up, so that is really exciting at the moment. So we're looking to set up academy for people with learning disabilities to come in, do ASDAN qualifications, so it's a basic level. We will be focusing on people at school for vocational skills that might not like a school setting. So we've gone that little bit further, and we're very excited at the moment because we've actually found somewhere, a business that we are looking at currently. So we're really excited of promoting that.
We've got to talk about the money you've raised because it is phenomenal what you've done with the fundraising.
I didn't count before I started my salon, but I did actually do my first fundraiser when Spencer was 2 years old. Right. I abseiled down the M11 water tower. So that was just for fun. When I opened the salon, my first idea was to do a charity ball. Okay. And since then, we've done one every year. Right. We've raised about 180,000 for charity. We like to get other salons involved.
How much did you just say?
180,000.
180,000 pounds. Oh my God, that's incredible. You've built a community really as well, haven't you? Because to raise that kind of money, you've obviously engaged people that truly care. Yeah. Whilst being an entrepreneur, businesswoman, 3 salons, being a mother,
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Well, I don't sleep much.
Yeah.
Like, menopause has got me as well, and I'm like, oh no.
I'm tired just hearing it, yeah.
It keeps me sane because having a child with disabilities is not easy. It's a difficult journey to walk.
Yeah.
Obviously, Spencer's my life, and my salon is my life, and so is my charity.
Do you ever get run down?
Occasionally, I might hit the brick wall where I'm like, I need to go to bed really early tonight.
Yeah.
But Spencer didn't sleep. He can go 60 hours no sleep.
Yeah.
He's a trooper, and I'm like, why can't you sleep, Spencer? But yeah. So I'm so grateful for the home that he's in.
Yeah.
And he's living his life fulfilled in the community. He's not isolated.
Yeah.
And obviously our charity work, we fundraise for Say Hello charity.
Fantastic.
Which is set up by Spencer's home where he lives.
Yeah.
And it's for people that are isolated in the community to get them out in the community, do activities. And we fundraise for Circles Network as well, and they do similar things.
There is no doubt you do a lot of things for a lot of people, and today we want to do something for you. I mean, this work sounds so important, not just to your son, but to all the thousands of people that depend on you. So we want you to be able to carry on for the next 20 years.
Yes.
So you are our guest of honour at the retreat. I want you to let go, relax, and you're in very safe hands because just over here in this room is the Glam Squad.
I'm very excited.
Do you want to meet them?
Yes, I do.
All right, come on then, come with me. Right. Glam Squad.
Oh, hello.
Hello. This is Lisa. Meet the Glam Squad.
Hi, Lisa. I'm Michael, the hairstylist.
I'm so happy to meet you.
Oh, great. This is Jen.
I'm Jen. So nice
Hi,
to
Jen.
meet you. I'm going to be doing your makeup.
Oh, thank
Come and
you.
make yourself comfy.
Come and grab a seat.
Now, Lisa never stops. So
Okay.
today she has pledged to stop for you guys.
You can relax.
Oh yeah, massage.
You see, orange as well. Very nice, very nice. Now, Lisa's a hairstylist, right?
I am.
This should make me intimidated, but it actually sets me free in a kind of way because there's an unwritten kind of law, I guess, between hairstylists
Yes.
that,
And it's not
which is quite
good.
nice, isn't it? We can just kind of let go and I just really pamp you. What lovely hair you've got, first of all.
It's long, isn't it? Yeah.
So nice. It's got a
I
nice
have
little
shaved
wave
it
to
off before.
You've shaved it off
Cavity,
before?
Yeah, twice.
Good, we'll do it again.
If you give me a couple of grand, I'll do that.
Now you can see you've got quite kind of one length hair, so all these layers at the top here go all the way down to the bottom, which leaves it sitting quite heavy up here. So I think my first thing is like some layers in here, not short ones, and then of course something around the face as well, maybe something like that, maybe a big bang, as they call it in America.
Yeah.
Should we put some bangs in?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
A bang, maybe a shag?
Yep.
Do that?
Yep, perfect.
Get a bit saucy for a Sunday
feels
morning,
like an
innit?
evening show.
Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to you. You've got my favourite type of hair, which is kind of fine,
Right.
but you can make fine hair look and do things, whereas thick hair is actually quite tricky.
Oh, see, I would have thought it
Yeah.
was the opposite.
Yeah, a lot of people say
I
that.
prefer fine hair.
But yeah, so as a hairdresser, you prefer
Yeah,
it, like
definitely.
you can manipulate it and do things to it, and it does
Okay.
as it's told. Whereas thick hair is a bit like resistant, you know.
Right, okay.
So I'm looking forward to this, Lisa.
Oh, nice.
Not as much
okay.
as me.
All right, so Jen, what are you thinking about makeup?
She has beautiful lips, which you
Okay.
didn't know about.
No.
But I
They're
want
there.
they're there. They've been to a lovely Cupid's bow, very symmetrical. So I want to pop some colour on them to bring them forward. You like a very natural skin, so we're going to keep it natural and just have some emphasis around the eyes, but just think about framing with some nice bronzer and blushes.
Oh, that sounds nice. Okay, so talk me through what your normal sort of getting ready routine would be.
It'll be a 5-10 minute quick little bit of light foundation. I'd always wear some eyeshadow and mascara, a little soft eyeliner with a shadow.
Yeah, and then obviously you're always doing everyone else's hair, so what
Yes.
happens to your hair?
It gets tied back quite a lot, and I end up doing it myself, washing my head in the basin. And I'm like going on holiday, but I'm in the salon on my day off trying to pamper myself before I go. Yeah.
Guys, do we have a mutual thing here where we think hairdressers are the worst clients?
Do you know, I'm going to tell you at the end of the day. I'm going to tell you just
He's
how
honest.
difficult Lisa's going to be today. But no, I think you're going to be great.
Don't worry, I think you're safe by
I'll
the
be on
bell.
best
I've
behaviour.
just heard the doorbell ring. Yep. So I think that means Reverend Richard Coles is here, so I'm going to go let him in.
Exciting.
I'll catch you later.
Thank
See you later.
Welcome back. I'm here with broadcaster, writer, podcaster and former communard. It's Reverend Richard Coles.
Hello.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you. So you swapped a pop career to become a man of the cloth.
Yeah, like you do.
Sunday mornings, early rising, that's fine for you then, is it?
Yes, I'm used to that. Sundays are normally a busy day for me, so it's a pleasure to be here with you. It gets me out preaching a sermon today, so thank you.
If you try to research you and look at your sort of career and make a bio on you, it's colourful, to say the least.
Well, I think my CV looks like the work of a fantasist, and I'd throw it in the bin if it was on my desk. But it just sort of happened that way, Katie, from one thing led to another, and I've ended up having a very portfolio career.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible, really, isn't it? Because sometimes in life we can get pigeonholed and told that we're one thing and we can only do that, and you've really gone against the grain with that.
Well, I'd love to tell you I had a master plan and it was all smoothly executed, but no, it wasn't like that. It was one thing. So I ran away to London when I was 18, and I met one of the most talented singers of that era. So I was just kind of lucky, and after that...
Tell us that story. How did you meet them?
Well, I ran away to London when I was 18, growing up gay in a little town in the Midlands, and thinking I've got to find a livable life. So that took me to London, and then Jimmy Somerville, who's my friend and partner in music, he grew up in Glasgow in a very tough background in Glasgow, completely different from me.
Right.
And we met. I think I dated for 6 months before I understood a word he said, but apart from that...
You can say that, not me.
Exactly.
Right?
And then we ended up forming a pop band and became one of the unlikeliest pop bands of the 1980s.
Yeah, well, it was the best-selling single of 1986, was it?
Yes, it was. I got a royalty cheque from Ecuador for 64p the other day. Drinks are on me. Mocktails are on me. The gift that keeps on giving.
So how did you go from 64p royalty checks into the church?
Well, I was a chorister when I was a kid, so I grew up in the church. And when I got to the end of my 20s, I thought I wanted to sort of connect with it again. And as soon as I did...
Did you have a moment? Because when we talk about, like, religion, sometimes people have a calling or...
Yeah,
even
I did,
a tragedy,
actually.
or...
Yeah, I went into a church as a sort of hostile spectator, and I came out as a participant.
Now, where we really got to know you and really see you shine was in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah.
I watched every episode religiously, and I just got obsessed with you.
Well, people did. I mean, because when you're in there, you've no idea how it's going down at home. You're just getting through the day. And I got out, and all of a sudden, kids would come up to me, and I've been invisible to young people for 40 years, but they come and go, "Oh, Revo, we love you, we love you." And I thought, why? What did I do? The only thing I did was eat a cockroach. Well, a lot of cockroaches.
You broke down a lot of stereotypes, and you were very honest and open. You showed us your vulnerabilities, and I think we all felt really grateful for that.
Well, it's nice of you to say so. I had a lovely time, and the other people were great. We all really got on, had a good time.
Now, I don't know where you found the time to do this, but in between all of that, you've written a 4th novel.
Yeah, 5th novel, actually.
Oh, 5th novel,
yeah, it's 5th.
sorry.
So I'm up to number
right.
5 now. I have to lose track of it myself.
Yeah.
So I write this murder mystery series set in a little village, Champton St Mary, where the rector, Daniel Clement, lives with his feisty mother and his feisty sausage dogs. But
sausage dogs are always feisty. They're always divas.
It's a very big thing in my life, is sausage dogs. And Champton is now beginning to rival Midsummer as the sort of worst place to live in England because people keep dying. And in the new book, the circus has come to town. They're making a film, shooting a film in Champton at the big house there.
Yes.
Everyone's involved with that. But unfortunately, Champton being Champton, before very long, shooting has to stop because somebody is on the floor.
So where do you get the inspiration for this kind of book?
Being a vicar, basically. All of human life is there. And I think one of the things you discover as a vicar of a little country parish like I was is that people sometimes think that interesting stuff only happens in cities. But interesting stuff happens everywhere, actually. And all you need to do is sit in a vicarage and the doorbell will go.
Oh, wow.
And you'll answer the door and you'll be constantly surprised by what happens.
And they've been such a success, the novels. One is being made... Is it the first novel?
The first one's just being filmed at the moment,
yeah. So that's a TV series.
TV series, Channel 5 in October, yeah,
oh, great.
6-parter.
Yeah.
So Matthew Lewis, who was Neville Longbottom in the Harry Potter films, he's playing the vicar, and Amit Shah is playing the detective, so good fun. And Amanda Redman is the feisty mum. Yeah. And there are 2 real sausage dogs called Bailey and Spencer, very badly behaved.
OK, well, we'll keep you on hand today because we've got some animals in the retreat as well.
I want to take them home.
Now, a big thing here in the retreat is we're trying to get people to relax and to unwind. And I saw in the jungle, actually, you're quite a doer. You're very hands-on, very practical. What do you do to sort of switch off?
Two things, cooking, really.
Okay.
I love to cook.
Good
I like.
cook or just a bit crazy in the kitchen?
I think I'm quite a good cook. That sounds quite boastful, but I do a lot of it and I really enjoy it. So I like to have the whole thing. I think of what I'm going to eat, go and get the ingredients, prep them, cook them, eat them, wash them up, the whole thing. I like that. Takes my mind off things. And the other thing is playing the piano, which I've done all my life.
I'm so thrilled you're here today. You're going to stick around for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
We've got Manisha in the kitchen over here.
I'm just so excited.
She's making us some mocktails. Is it right your twins love I'm a Celeb?
Do you know, when I told them what I was doing today, they couldn't give two hoots. And yesterday, I said, oh, do you know that Reverend Richard Coles is going to be on the show with us today? They got so excited. We watched every single episode and we absolutely loved you on that.
Well, so say hi to them from me.
OK, it's time to find out how Michael and Jen are getting on. Michael, how's it going?
We're getting on really well. Now, I've chopped quite a bit of Lisa's hair off. Let's have a little look. So we're probably about 7-8 centimetres off the length here, which is nice, which just give it a little thickness round here. And then we put some layers in it. So you remember earlier it was all one length. So this is now the shortest layer. And then obviously this is the longest layer here. So we've taken some weight out of the hair here, so we'll get a little bit more body up here. You can see it's starting to come to life already there. Nice. But what I do want to do, and I just want to show you at home as well, is how we cut a nice little shape in through the front area here. So we'll keep the length, but what we'll do is cut what I call a concave shape out of here. So it'll go up towards the nose and down towards the edges there. This is if anyone's cutting their own fringe at home, this is the thing to do, right? A lot of people go like this. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is grab the hair, find the length you want to cut it at. In this case, it's going to be the chin. Then we're going to lift the hair up, out, and then pull here. Now, because you've lifted it away from the head here, you'll get what we call graduation in at the front, which is like a softness around here. And then what I'm going to do is cut a little V shape in. So we'll cut up towards my fingers like that. And then we'll cut up towards my fingers like that. Now, I don't expect people to do this at home, but it's also just quite nice to understand what's happening. So you see here, we're getting this little V shape in there. You see that?
I love it.
Yeah. And then what we'll do is start to bring more hair in from the sides here and also cut that up as well. And this will start to give us this nice concave shape through the front here. And once that gets pushed back towards the sides of the head, we'll start to get a really nice shape all around the front. Now, yes, I am cutting the hair dry because I love dry cutting hair, because that way you can see what it's actually going to do at the end. If you get your hair cut when it's totally soaking wet, it's sometimes a bit misleading. When it's dry, it starts to behave differently. So that's why I'm cutting dry hair here. I really like it, and it's a choice that I have made. So hair up like that, and we'll just trim up here. You can probably see now what we've got here compared to what we had before. We've got this rounded shape here, this concave shape. This is going to set Lisa's hair on fire. Not literally, obviously, it's just going to make it look good, do you understand? And then we'll push this back. Now, this little front layer now we've cut here, you can probably see here, can start to turn into like a little faux fringe, or this bang that I was talking about earlier. And then we've got these nice layers starting to appear at the sides here. So when we put a wave in here or some texture, it's really going to start to look super modern. It's looking nice already, isn't it? Like
Really
that.
nice, really nice.
Feeling good?
Yep.
Feeling
I love it.
confident?
Yes, I am.
Still smiling.
What a relief.
Still smiling. Right. Okay, so we've talked about really natural skin, and here's a little top tip. Often we see people apply makeup directly onto their face with their foundation, maybe with a dropper, or putting the dough foot applicator straight onto their skin. I prefer to warm the product up on your hands, either on the top or on the palm of your hand, and that really warms the product up, and then prime the bristles, so we're not overloading the brush with too much product, and then we put it directly onto the skin, but just bouncing it in. This gives a lovely natural finish. We're not putting too much product on, and we avoid that sort of very cakey look that we really don't want. So that is a really great tip for those of you when you do your foundation. The other thing we wanted to talk about was Lisa's beautiful lips. Lip liner will be your best friend. This is a great product. It's by Swede, and it is in shade Rose Thorn.
Oh, nice.
So what I like to do, if you just turn your chin just like there, thank you. We talked about Lisa's beautiful Cupid's bow. So using a lip liner really helps to define that. And it also means that when I do put the lipstick on, it doesn't bleed into any fine lines around the lips. And it also makes the lips look nice and full. So see, we just start to really showcase how beautiful Lisa's pout is.
So nice, that.
Beautiful.
You look great already. We're not even finished yet. It's going to look great.
Thanks, Michael. We're here with Sadie Shepherd, who you could say is a woman of many talents. See what I did there? She is actually the founder of Feather and Fur Falconry Centre, and she's going to really wake us up this Sunday morning, along with some of her feathered friends. Richard, you can turn your hand to most things.
Well...
Do you fancy you turning your hand to this?
I'd love to. I think he's absolutely beautiful. I'd love to hold Norman, if I may.
He's very regal, isn't he?
He's very regal. Indeed, the eyes are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at him.
How are you feeling about it, Manisha?
I've never been in contact with an owl before, so it'll be interesting. I'm going to give it a go.
First time for everything, yes. OK, all right, so what do we need to do?
So I have some falconry gloves for us.
Oh, wow, OK.
So they will go on your left hand.
Right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. And then it is literally like holding an ice cream. So your thumb and the first finger.
That's a big ice cream, Sadie.
And he's going to sit across
All right,
with you.
there's the ice cream. Oh, my God, it's so heavy. It's like weight training.
So he weighs in at 4 pounds, so he's not a huge owl, but European eagle owls are among the largest of the owl species.
Yeah,
He's a
okay.
good boy.
I did realise, though, this morning upon meeting you, I actually know very little about birds of prey and why they're important to us.
And that, I don't think, is an uncommon problem.
Right.
So many people just kind of, we spot a red kite in the sky, and that's about as far as our extent of knowledge goes. But
Yeah.
actually, birds of prey, they're so important. They are literally... yes. They're literally the kind of indicators. So if you've got birds of prey in your area, it means you've got an amazing habitat with
Right,
amazing
okay.
food sources. So, you know, obviously, you're not going to be coming across a European eagle owl in the middle of town.
Yeah.
But to know that we've got peregrines or barn owls and kestrels, it means that you appreciate the habitat that they require. The food is so important. It's
Yeah.
so important for them.
Is this why they become endangered then? Because
So-
we're destroying their habitat?
Yeah, it's one of many reasons, unfortunately, for birds of prey.
So what about what we could do at home in our own garden space?
So, believe it or not, our garden space actually makes up more land space than our national parks. So
Really?
even if you have a tiny little garden, you can do so much to help the wildlife. And it's not that you're going to get a kestrel in your back garden, but you might get some worms and some slugs. So if you leave a lovely log pile, leave a bit of natural grass, then you might get a tawny owl come in there, or you'll encourage the small birds, which then will encourage someone like a sparrowhawk.
Oh, I didn't think about that. So the worms are as important.
You have to build the food chain, and
Yeah.
that's the important thing. So if you learn about birds of prey, you have to understand the food chain underneath, which
Yeah.
then helps you protect the habitats that they require.
Oh, wow, OK.
He's a
She
beautiful
looks ready
boy,
to
isn't
fly.
he?
Is it
Shall
a
we do some
boy
flying?
or a
Would you
girl?
like to do some
Yeah.
flying? He's a little boy.
Little boy,
And I say
okay.
little boy because boys are actually smaller than the girls. So the girls are much bigger than
How
the boys
old
are.
is he?
He is 10 now.
He's
And as a
10.
captive bred, he can live to be about 60 years old, though. So
60?
It's
Oh
a
my
big commitment.
goodness.
So if Olivia, you want to go and put some food on Hans?
What do I get?
Right. Some chicken. Chicken for dinner today.
Oh, look,
look at
wow.
him.
So, Sadie, if he wasn't on this line, could he just fly off?
Potentially, but we're all about mitigating the risk. So
Yeah,
we are right
okay.
next to the river, we're around people's houses.
Yeah.
For us, it's much safer for him to be on the line.
Sure,
So,
OK.
Shall I come across to yourself?
Yeah, why not? I love a bird of prey. OK.
Pop this on here.
Oh, wow. Oh my
Straight in there.
God, look at that. Wow.
It's a good boy.
They're very graceful when they fly, aren't they?
Yeah, beautiful.
It's so beautiful seeing their coat close up
Beautiful
as well.
Yeah, really beautiful pattern.
Because I think, you know, when I think of children's storybooks of owls in, I just think of a brown owl or a white owl. I don't think of all these beautiful markings. Wow, that's incredible.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. No. Me and Norman are going to go for a little break now. But don't you go anywhere, because when we come back, I've got a very inspiring story for you that's bound to touch your heart. Isn't that right, Norm? Hey? He's just here for the chicken. Welcome back to the retreat. I'm here with Lisa's loved ones, Megan and Hannah. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about today?
Yeah, really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Very happy for her.
Now, you are Lisa's niece, is that right?
Yes.
So you also know Spencer very well.
Yeah. Grew up with him. We're a big part of our family.
Yeah.
And they're both great characters.
So growing up together and Lisa being your auntie, you've obviously seen the highs and the lows.
Yeah.
What's that been like?
Yeah, it proves, seeing it all, seeing the highs and the lows, proves how incredible she is, because it never stops. And she knows that she can't. She has to always be on the ball. So even when it is hard times, and they do get really tough, and it can be really draining and tiring and aggravating sometimes, but she always finds the joy, because she knows she has to. There's no other choice.
Yeah, I get the sense that she has had to really fight for Spencer and, you know, the things that he needs to flourish.
Yeah, so much.
And she's become so good at that then she's decided to help other people
Yeah,
fight
exactly, yeah.
and do it on their behalf.
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
she has. She's done so much for so many people, and that's why I think we're so happy that she is finally getting a little bit of a pamper, a little bit of special treatment, because she's constantly thinking about other people and is constantly going for others.
Hannah, when did you meet Lisa?
About 15 years ago now, we were teaching at a college together.
Is this a hairdressing college?
Yes.
Yeah.
So hairdressing college. And then we left there and we ended up working for training providers together.
And you knew about Spencer? She told you all about her life?
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah.
Like, she's just, the first thing she talks about is obviously just Spencer, which is wonderful. So, yeah, and then we just carried on working together. And then 7 years ago, we opened a salon together. So
you're business partners as well?
Yes, and best friends.
Yeah, and this is a very special salon because you are about giving equal opportunities to everybody.
Yeah.
You're employing people with special education needs, which is very different to a regular salon, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. I think when Lisa opened her salon, Spencer, she always wanted to make sure that it was inclusive for everybody and a safe space where other people could bring, you know, their special needs children and not feel judged or, you know, stared at or looked at or...
Does she inspire you or does she surprise you?
Every day, every day, yes.
Yeah.
She surprises me with the amount of things she can think of to do to keep fundraising and ideas.
And the amount of money she's raised fundraising is incredible, isn't it?
It is incredible.
Yeah. Do you guys ever get a bit like, well, what we're going to have to do now? Do you get roped into all these challenges?
Everything. Yeah, you'd have to be very careful what you agree to. Because before you know it, you might have your head shaved.
Okay. Well,
you've done that.
Oh, okay, it's just growing back now, right?
Yeah.
You look very beautiful. You suit short hair.
Thank you.
And what about Lisa, taking time for Lisa? We've talked a lot about Spencer, we've talked a lot about the salon.
Yeah.
I haven't actually heard much about when does she sort of have her downtime.
Not sure she does.
No.
I don't think she quite knows how to. I think she's just got... I mean, I just wish I could have half of her energy because she's just on the go all the time and always thinking about the next thing, isn't she? And like, what can we do next? What can we do next? But we were saying, I think holidays... She needs her holidays.
Yeah.
And she loves taking Spencer on holiday.
Yeah.
So are you excited then to see her today?
Oh my God.
She's upstairs now with the dance squad as we speak.
Yeah. I hope she's just, we just, you know, sit down, just enjoy it, take it all in and put your phone down. Just enjoy the experience.
Relax. Well, I can promise you that is happening.
Yes, I bet it has.
Well, don't worry. We'll keep an eye on her and make sure she's relaxing.
Yeah.
Now, I know sometimes it can feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, but this morning we're going to turn it around and start lifting some weights. Come with me. From lifting birds of prey to lifting weights, I am super excited about this one. And we have our fitness expert, Kate Roham, to guide us through.
Hi there, thanks for having me.
Pleasure, welcome to the retreat.
Yeah, this is really, really exciting.
Really glad that we're not doing kestrels and owls anymore. So what are we doing today then, Kate?
So I'm going to take you through 5 functional movements because I think it's really important that when we think about exercise, we don't see it as an intimidating thing. And actually, we look at it for future-proofing ourselves, you know, for longevity. So some of the moves we're going to do will mimic things that we do in our day-to-day lives where we need to build strength so that we can carry out those activities, you know, for as long as time to come. So we're going to start with one of the most important things, and I've already spoken to you and you said you're not too keen on them, is our squat. And obviously I've brought weights with me because what we will start with is body weight.
Okay.
And then as you feel more confident, pick up those weights and load that bone and build that muscle. 10 bodyweight squats.
Okay.
So we're going to sit back through our heels, driving down, trying to keep that chest nice and high.
I cracked.
I love it. So don't go down too deeply just to start with, which I'm going to ask you just to try and take your legs a little bit wider apart. That's it. And just to try and sit back through those heels a little bit more. Okay, so we want to be pushing that weight down through our heels. And that's why it's really good to actually work out without shoes on.
Okay.
So that you can feel the ground underneath you, so that you know that you're, at one with the floor.
Because you see that in the gym sometimes, people kick their trainers off, don't they?
Yeah.
And in their socks doing their weights.
So always sitting back through those heels, that's lovely. And as you come back up, really squeeze that core, so we're thinking about balance. Let's go for 2 more. Well done. Taking that back. Okay, another really important move we're going to go into is a reverse lunge. That's going to bring in our core. That's about stability and balance. Again, something else that we really want to work on, as we age and at any age. So just taking a lovely big step back and bending our knees as we come into it. And as you drive up, squeeze that core so that you can remain nice
Got a lot of balance
stable
here as well.
And if you are struggling with going back, ladies, you're not, keep going. Richard, I'm going to get you just to pop your left foot forward and then the right one back and up onto your toe, and just to come down in a more supported split squat.
It's arthritis.
Might be hard with your jeans. We need to get you some lycra. Here we go.
Did you prefer the owls, Richard?
I like the owls.
So let's go for 2 more. 1,
Okay.
2. And then another really important move, which I really want us to do, is a good morning. We have a really weak posterior chain. We spend a lot of time at our desk, more desk jobs, and women in particular, really important to train our glutes, our hamstrings. So from here, I'm going to ask you to have a slight bend in your knee. You're going to imagine you've got a little rope around your waist, and it's just going to pull you back and squeeze those shoulder blades up, and just a little bend in the knee.
That's hard for me because I don't stretch enough. I can feel tight calves when I do that.
So coming down, squeezing those shoulder blades up, a little bend in the knee, which a little bend, that's it, and then
So
back
should we all be
those
doing
hips.
this? Should this be a daily thing or should it be a couple of times a week?
I mean, strength training, we want to be doing, 4 times a week, ideally. So let's go back through what we've done with our weights. Now, really the way to start weight training as well is you start, and we kind of did it like this. When you're starting, you'll start with body weight, which we've done, and then you begin to progressively overload. So you would start maybe with 3s, and then you might progress up 5s, 8s, 10s, and on as you get stronger and stronger. Okay, so we're just all going to pick up one weight.
Okay.
Right, we're going to hold it under our chin. We're going to come into a nice squat with our weight. So holding it there, gripping down and sitting back through our heels. Nice and steady, pause at the bottom, and then drive up. And obviously what you'll see is as you added that weight, actually your squat does slow down.
Yeah.
Because the load is bigger and you're having to force up against the load. And that's what we want to do. That's going to build muscle mass, that's going to build lovely, lovely strong bones. All of the things that we need to do, especially as we age.
Yeah.
And obviously as women.
Well, I know you've written a brilliant book, actually, to help women, particularly those approaching menopause, going through perimenopause. Do you find a lot of women wrongly are fearful of weights, thinking they'll get bigger and bulkier?
Yeah, absolutely. Biggest myth ever. We're never going to bulk up. All we're going to do is build strong bone, lean muscle. It helps regulate our hormones. It helps balance our blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
And obviously the other thing does actually, the more lean muscle mass you have, the more calories you burn at rest.
So it's actually important to build that muscle.
Yeah, totally. And then if we do, let's do a couple of reverse lunges with both of our weights. Okay, I know.
I promised
it's making you work this morning. Okay,
I promise you there's food and drink later.
all healthy, protein rich, right? So then taking a lovely big step back, and notice how as soon as you've added those weights, you're having to really bring in that core and think about that balance.
It's arthritis.
Are you enjoying that, Richard? I can see.
I was arthritis.
We started your new regime.
Yeah.
And then just one final one, just because that posterior chain being so important. Coming in here with those weights, slow it down, and then up. There we go. Don't go so far down, Richard. Squeeze that tummy in. That's it, to there. And up.
Where should I be feeling that? My hamstring?
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. You'll be running a marathon before you know it.
Don't hold your breath.
we all need a goal.
Well, that was a brilliant way to get our engines going this morning. We're going to take a well-deserved break, and you should too. But don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to see our Glam Squad's results. Welcome back. Lisa's upstairs with the Glam Squad having her finishing touches, and Manisha has laid a spread for us. What have we got here?
Well, we have got my version of an Indian pickle.
Okay.
And this is absolutely brilliant for gut health. Okay, so as we know, that gut health is a very hot topic at the moment, and it's linked to better digestion, improved skin health, improved immunity. So I hope you're all going to enjoy it.
Nice, OK. Well, I feel like Richard's not fussy about what he eats anymore. Post-jungle.
Very, very, very happy to eat that. It's exactly the sort of thing I love.
Yeah, OK,
It's
lovely.
really simple and easy to make as well.
And then how would you serve this at home? Is there a certain dish that it would go well with?
Well, this is kind of like a staple in most Indian households. You can have it, it's so versatile. We would just normally have it on the side of our plate. But actually, the other day I had it on toast. You could have it in a sandwich.
Lovely,
So
okay.
however way you want to. We're going to have it with some bread today.
It's very colourful. I like that. That's very appealing. OK, well, help yourselves to a plate and serve yourselves, get stuck in. And how are you feeling about Lisa? She's been up there for quite a while now, hasn't she?
Yeah,
We're very excited.
yeah, really
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing how she looks, and hope she's just really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah,
really.
she's really happy.
And a nice sit down.
Have you ever done anything like this with her before, like gone away to a spa or on a girls' weekend?
No, we try to arrange things when you can, but obviously everyone's got really busy lives. But yeah, I think we'll definitely need to plan one.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like doing
Make
it
time.
today and then saying, actually, we need to commit to it,
Yeah.
just like she commits to everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully
Yeah,
we can
absolutely.
get her into some good habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been put into good habits today by you, Kate, haven't we?
Hopefully it sticks. And, you know, alongside obviously all this amazing food, such a good way to look after yourself. But exercise really, really is the key to, that longevity piece, to staying strong and mobile for as long as we can. And it is for every age, in particular for women, especially as we go through these hormonal changes. Balance of good food, colourful food for our gut, and exercise as well, really important.
Well, Michael and Jen are ready for us, so I'm getting nervous for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because I know that Lisa doesn't normally do this, so it's sort of like new territory for her, isn't it? Shall we let them bring her down?
Yes.
Yeah? OK, all right. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, Lisa. Oh, look at that hair. You look incredible. Oh, wow.
Oh, you look incredible. Oh my word. Oh, you look stunning.
Stunning.
Come on over here.
Come on over, let's find
We're
out
all
how...
singing James Blunt's Beautiful as she walks in. She looks so good,
You
doesn't
look
she?
stunning. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's been really special, and I've absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
We've loved
Thank
having
you
you.
both.
Yeah, it's been
Thank
great.
you.
Talk me through it. Looks
Hair-wise, as you can see, we chopped about 7-8 centimetres off the length. Makes it really solid on the outline here, which is really nice. And then cut some layers in it. So we've got these lovely little short layers all the way through here. I do what's called a concave shape through the front. So we cut from the nose all the way down here.
Oh, that's clever.
Keep all the length there, but it means we've got these lovely short bangs at the front here. And of course, we've done it with the centre parting, but it's actually super nice if you swish it around a bit as well.
sexy. Yeah,
right?
I like that.
Sexy to the left, sexy to the right.
Yeah.
Not in the middle. But you look so good.
There's lots of volume.
The volume. We've used a kind of a curling iron and just wired everything back away from the face. It really pops it up and makes it look great.
Yeah.
The makeup, oh!
Thank you very much.
That's a pleasure.
eyes.
Hasn't she? And the lashes just came out of
Is that a
nowhere.
strip lash?
No, that's her own lashes.
Oh, that's your real
I
lashes.
know. When I put the mascara on, I was like, whoa, where did they come from? So Lisa likes a very natural makeup. So we kept the foundation very light, but we added lots of colour and dimension using bronzer and blusher.
Yeah.
And then we wanted just a wash of colour over the eyes, because that's what you wear every day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we used a cream eyeshadow to keep it really natural. But the main focus I wanted was the lips.
Yeah, they look
Because
gorgeous.
Lisa has really beautiful lips.
Yeah.
So we've used a lip liner, and then we've just used a really nourishing sort of tinted lip balm in the centre of the lip. So we've added the shape to create that fuller pout and then keep them really moisturised, looking nice and full.
Was it everything you were expecting? When you looked in the mirror, was it a strange feeling?
Well, I've never really had a salon experience before, because my mum was a hairdresser, my aunt was a hairdresser, and having your own business, you don't get this pamper, so it's really nice. I'm going to really say, do you realise how special you are in this chair? Because it does make you feel really special.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to sit in the chair more often then?
Yeah, can I please?
Can I sit in the chair? You can do mine. That's what I was like. I've never sat in a chair either.
Coming up, Michael's going to get his hair done.
And he wants to parachute jump with us, don't you?
What?
Yeah.
I said that in confidence.
He said if Hannah were,
I knew you'd
Yeah,
him into
that's one of our challenges.
You're supposed to be relaxing, not arranging fundraising.
Never ends.
And we've got a lot of equipment to purchase as well, haven't we?
Yeah. So I'm going to sell her some products and tools.
Yeah.
We
I'm going to make some money here, let me tell you.
Buy, sell, that's it. Yeah.
Discount.
Yeah. So has it given you time to reflect on that, you know, you do help so many people, but actually you're worthy of giving that self-love to you as well?
Yeah. I do need to have a bit more self-love and time for myself because I do get told off a lot at 11 o'clock at night. Stop.
Yeah. I'm in bed at 11 o'clock at night.
I do need to try to switch off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is my life, so, and that's what I love to do. So, and I do it for Spencer.
Can I
People like Spencer.
just say what a treat and a privilege it is for us, I think, to reward you, somebody really kind of worthy of an experience like this. It's such a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Well done.
You're amazing.
Congratulations,
You're
Reverend.
absolutely amazing.
I think we all agree with that, absolutely. Well, listen, tuck in. There's a spread here. Cook by Manisha. Help yourself. Glam Squad are probably hungry by now as well.
It's amazing.
Well, that's it for this morning, and thanks to everyone for taking part in the show, especially you at home. Don't forget to take a moment just for you today, and I'll see you back here next week.
It sounded like one of those really fun adventures again.
Yeah.
You know, television, do you want a husband? I was like, let's go.
The trick really is find the length of the fringe that you would like. You can bring it down here, and then what you want to do is pick the fringe up here.
Attitude 1, go!
I love the attitude.
Yeah.
Bit of tune.
Oh my goodness, she's here. Wow.